Hello everyone, how you doing? How's everyone feeling today? I'm feeling pretty good. And before we go, cheers to you guys. Nice. And cheers to music. What the hell, right? Woo! I'm gonna be shit-faced by the time I finish this video. Yeah. Sierra Nevada. Good. Especially when it's cold. Alright, in this video we're gonna cover a couple events. A few days ago, I got to meet someone from the VC. There was a VC meetup. I got to meet Liz. Her channel is California Love 84. She also has a second YouTube channel under her name, which is Elizabeth Martinez. And she lives in Modesto, so that's where we met, Modesto. And her channel is really cool. She's real funny, real hyperactive in her video. Has like 10 million subscribers. And but it was cool meeting up with her. I met her at Rasputin Music in Modesto, and we exchanged records and got to do some vinyl digging for a little bit, and just got to know each other. She was a cool person, real fun to hang out with. Hope we do it again because that was a blast. Anyway, I had some Madonna records that I never listened to that I was just going to give her. I didn't expect anything in return, but she gave me a few albums, just to be a swell person. So this is what she gave me: Deep Purple in Rock. I think she might have found this at a thrift store or something like that. I mean, the cover has a little bit of wear on it. The sides are starting to split. Basically, it's a Liz record, but but the vinyl is in good shape. It just needs to be cleaned, and I cleaned it up, and it plays really, really well, and the album kicks a lot of ass. I love Deep Purple. I always do look for this record. If I do find it, vinyl always looks scratched up and not in the best of shape. I was happy to see that this just needed a good cleaning, and a record I was after for a long time, and now it is now in the collection. So thanks a bunch, Liz. She also gave me this Emerson, Lake and Palmer album, Works. And the vinyl on this one was like in really, really great condition. I play this one too. Sounds really nice on my turntable. Very clean vinyl, and very little surface noise on it too. So my turntable liked it, and so did my ears. So I dug this album. So really cool gift there. And the last one she gave me is Donna Summer, Bad Girls. The reason I was interested in this record because I always like when Donna Summer collaborates with Giorgio Moroder, I think it's his last name. They had two songs I really liked, I Feel Love and I Wanna Love You Baby. Both songs are not on this record, but when she collaborates with Giorgio, oh my god, some cool shit happens. And I think they collaborated for like half the songs on this record, so I was real curious just for that reason, so really cool. So anyway, those were the records I got from Liz, and while I was digging at Rasputin with her, this is the record I ended up finding in the store. It's XTC, Drums and Wires, real classic album. I believe it's from 1979, and this is on the Virgin label. One side green, the other side red. And it also came with the insert, the original insert, so we got a band photo and lyrics and credits and all that good stuff. Cool album. I've never owned this before. I had a lot of friends that were XTC fans when I was growing up and going through high school, so I've heard quite a bit of their albums, their 80s material. So the only song I really knew here is Making Plans for Nigel. That's the only song I knew from this album. I spun this album, I did like it. It's gonna take a little getting used to, but I did like what I heard. I can't say I'm in love with it because does ever spin an album that's so different for you you're just not sure how you feel about it, if you like it or love it. That's kind of how I am with this album. I'm sure if I listen to it enough times, I will like it. But right now, there's some songs that just need to warm up on me, but overall, good album. All right, this next stock I'm going to show you, la la la, I found at a thrift store. Now, a few hours before driving to Motown, Modesto, and meeting Liz, my sister told me that our local thrift store was having a vinyl sale when I was visiting her at her house. And upon leaving her house, I realized that the thrift store really was on the way home, so I thought I'd just pop in there for 20 minutes. And I ended up spending like an hour there because I was finding some decent stuff. I wouldn't say I was finding great stuff, but decent stuff. And none of these records I've listened to yet, and I've had them since Sunday, but oh well, I'll get to it eventually. So the first one up is Max Webster, Universal Juveniles. Guess I'm just a Spud Boy. Spud Boy actually got me into Max Webster. He sent me some of their albums. This is one he didn't send me, so this is one I didn't have yet. So really cool. I forgot the label. It's just on Mercury label. So there we go, Mercury label. Real cool Canadian band. I remember they did some touring with Rush. Used to open for Rush in the early days, like in early 80s, late 70s. And it actually came with the original insert here, so good deal there. Good deal there. All these records were 50 cents. All the records I'm going to show you were 50 cents, so not bad for 50 cents. Another one is from Brand X. This is called Product. Obviously, the reason I'm into this one is because Phil Collins plays drums on some of the tracks. I don't think he plays drums on all of them, just some of them. Or maybe he does play drums on all of them. I'm not sure. He's credited as drummer, and there's someone on here that also plays percussion. So anyway, really dig the work he did with Brand X. In fact, there's a picture of him right there. Kind of hard to see, except his head's down. So, but trust me, he's on there. Phil Collins is on here. And the Brand X stuff was really good. It's on Passport Records. I have the album More Rock and Roll and Unorthodox Behavior and Livestock. And I thought the music was really great on those albums, so can't wait to check this out. A couple of Brothers Johnson albums. Brothers Johnson, Winners. Really cool album. I'm so happy to have got a Brothers Johnson collection going. Always one of my favorite R&B artists from the day. And just absolutely love their music. This was a good looking album, which looked like it was in good shape. It's on A&M. So glad to have scored that one. And also from the same band, Kick It to the Curb is the name of the album, I believe. Oh no, just Kick It. The big single on here was Kicking It to the Curb. Let me take it out of the plastic here so you can see it a little bit better. This was released in the 80s. Really cool stuff. I believe it's still A&M. There's the original insert there. And I swear to God, their music is the shit, and it is on A&M. Vinyl looks like it's in good shape. I have not listened to any of these albums, and maybe I'll do that over the weekend. Really cool. So Brothers Johnson. Pretty cool to find this, and again, this was only only 50 cents. It's the concert for Bangladesh, George Harrison. The whole box set here. Box set is in reasonably good shape except for the end here, kind of falling apart, but I can live with that. 50 cents, I won't bitch about it. It came with the original color booklet here. Pretty thick booklet too, a lot of pages on this. Concert done by George Harrison. Really, really, really nice. And just a lot of great fucking all-stars on here. Clapton, I believe Jimmy Page too. Yeah. Just some really good stuff. Really good stuff. Yeah, in fact, there's some really nice pictures in this book. I've always seen this in record stores. They've always wanted a lot for this album. I cannot believe I got it for 50 cents. A couple of pictures of Dylan there. Really cool. And I wish I knew offhand. I mean, there's 3 albums in this collection. So 3 record set, and this is what the labels look like. So really, really nice. I always heard, I mean, there's some great songs from Harrison during his Beatles years, like While My Guitar Gently Weeps is on here. Jumping Jack Flash, a medley of Jumping Jack Flash and Youngblood. Here Comes the Sun. So some great songs on here from Harrison. I always thought Jimmy Page did an instrumental of Stairway to Heaven from this concert. And I wish I had checked beforehand to see if that's on here. If not, that would really be cool, but I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different concert. Or maybe it was and they just didn't put it on the album. I don't know. But anyway, really happy to have this. Really interesting. This should be a very interesting listen. Like I said, 3 record set, color booklet. The cover itself, like I said, not in the best shape, but it's not a train wreck either. So good pickup for 50 cents, I thought. So real happy to have that. From Bill Bruford, Feels Good to Me. I just bought this because Bruford is a badass. He is a badass drummer. Played with King Crimson, yes. Briefly with Genesis. It's on Polydor, white label. Man is just a badass. So, and I've never heard this record before, so I'm not sure exactly what the songs are on here. I've had one of his solo albums before, and that whooped some ass. So, hopefully this will be the same way. This, I should. God, I wish I checked these records before I made this video. My brother told me about a band called Slave. Basically a rock band. Every member, of course, is black. Here we go. He brought it up one time when he noticed I was listening to a lot of Living Colour's music. I had a couple of their albums, and I was in this big Living Colour kick. Really dug their album and their music. And he told me I should one day look up the band Slave if I was into that. He goes, and they were in the 70s and early 80s. They were every member was black, and they were a serious rock band too. And he goes, you might want to check them out. And I could have swore he said the name was Slave. And this song is called Showtime. Oh, you're going this long story, didn't even show you what the freaking album was. And so I found this vinyl, and yeah, really cool. Haven't checked it out yet, but that is the story on that. That's why I bought it. I was real curious. I gotta ask my brother. It was Slave, right? I'm pretty sure this is the album, and he basically told me if you're a big fan of Living Colour, you will like Slave. So here it is, flying by, 50 cents. Not gonna kill me if I don't like it. From Billy Joel and Innocent Man. I almost didn't get this even though it was only 50 cents. I can't believe how cheap my ass is and still being picky about it. There's some songs on here I really do not like. And those songs are Uptown Girl and Tell Her About It. I can't stand those goddamn songs. I hated them in the 80s, and I hate them even more now. But I did like Innocent Man, The Longest Time, Keeping the Faith, Leave a Tender Moment Alone. Those were, I thought, good songs. And I bought the record for those songs. I am going to completely skip over Uptown Girl and Tell Her About It. I even liked Easy Money too. And it was like, it was used in the Rodney Dangerfield movie by the same name, Easy Money. But those 2 songs almost stopped me from buying this album. But like I said, you know, just pick up the needle and go to the next track. You don't have to listen to it if you don't want to. And so I said, screw it, I'm just gonna get it, it's only 50 cents. I can't believe I'm that picky, and it's only 50 cents. But that tells something about me, doesn't it? All right, next up, the Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle, classic album, classic song, and I've never had it in my collection before. It's still an original shrink. Let's check the vinyl. I didn't check the vinyl on this record. I just saw it and grabbed it and bought it. Vinyl looks very clean, so pleasant surprise there. Steve Miller, I think, was recently in town, well, Bay Area, which is not that far of a drive from here, maybe an hour and a half, 3 hours if you're stuck in traffic. Or he's gonna be here. No, he's gonna be here. He's gonna be here, and I think him and a blues artist. I can't remember which, but anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Great album, great. I love that song "Fly Like an Eagle." It is a classic tune. And speaking of Steve Miller Band, I got the greatest hits as well. Why not, right? You got all the great songs on here, like "Jungle Love," "Take the Money and Run," "The Joker," even though I can't fucking stand that song, "The Joker," it's on here. Jet Airliner, not bad. It's on the Capitol label, so really cool. I figured, what the hell, 50 cents? Just do it. Just do it. Alright, so I'll put that away later. And next up is from Electric Light Orchestra, and it is the album El Dorado. The only song I know on here is Can't Get It Out of My Head, is like the name of the only song I know on this record. I don't really know of the other one. It's on United Artists label. And I don't really know of any other of these songs. Maybe someone I will recognize once I hear them, but just looking at these names of these songs, I don't really recall anything. Just Can't Get It Out of My Head is the only one I know on here, but I've been collecting some ELO records in the past few months or so, and been digging all of them, so obviously I'll probably dig this one as well, so really cool. And the last one, and I'm really glad I got this, I can't wait to listen to this, or any of these albums for that matter, is Eddie Murphy, Comedian. I don't have many comedy records, just Richard Pryor and Cheech and Chong are the only ones I have. So I'm really glad to get this one. Now, if you're as old as I am, and you grew up in the 80s, this fucker was everywhere. And I was a big fan of his before Beverly Hills Cop and all that stuff like that, because he was on Saturday Night Live, where he would play Gumby or Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. He was hysterical on Saturday Night Live, and then he made the movie 48 Hours, and then became an even bigger star when Beverly Hills Cop came out. But before he had Beverly Hills Cop, he did a comedy special on HBO that was like one of the most funniest things I ever heard growing up. And all my friends loved Eddie Murphy back then. He was all of us. That was all of us in the hood, all us hood kids. We all loved Eddie Murphy back in the 80s. So I was really happy to pick this one up. Well, that's it. That is the haul for this video. Some thrift store finds, some records from Liz, one album from Rasputin. It's always good to meet a BC member. Just to get to know them. It's nice to see someone has the same sickness as you, so you don't feel so nerdy amongst normal people. And that's the one sickness me and Liz have in common. We're both addicted to the vinyl. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful summer. It's hot as fuck here, but it is nice. And I'll see you at the next video. Goodbye.